Prabjeet Singh Gujral and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Queen Malika. And in today's video, we will be discussing about what if you do not have an ideal profile for a graduate studies in the North Americas, that is US and Canada both. So this video is in extension with the video number 1 which I have just released on my YouTube channel. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure to watch that video so that you will know what we are talking about, and the information given in this video is an extension to the video number 1. So make sure to watch that video before you start continuing with this video. We will be discussing about the loopholes here and what you can do to make your profile strong and make your profile stand out when the admissions committee is looking at your profile. So this video is very important because this information not many people will gonna tell you about, that this is my personal experience. So I can tell you this video will be very important for you people if you are looking to get admissions in the US or Canada, or you can extend this to any international university which you want to apply for. So number 1 is the education point. As we have discussed that if you are looking for admissions into the master's or the PhD program, you need to have a 4 years bachelor's degree, which is basically, we can say, it's either a B.Tech or BE or a B Pharm. If you have done any of these courses which we have discussed, you are good to go. But if you have done a Bachelor of Science, which is a 3-year course, so can we do anything in that situation? Well, guess what? Yes, we can do. Now, what we can do is to take another master's course which is in the same field. Say, for example, if you have done a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, which is a 3-year course, we can do a Master's in Science, which is a 2-year course, and that 5-year course will be equivalent to a bachelor's degree of 4 years in Canada. What I'm trying to say, I'll write it down. If you have done a BSc, which is a 3-year course, right, in India, and you want to take admissions in a PhD program, say for example in Canada, so what you can do, you can finish a master's MSc, which is a 2-year course from India or any other country. This makes 5 years, right? And this 5 years of BSc plus MSc will be equivalent to 4 years of a bachelor's in Canada. Okay? So this is one loophole. If you have done a 3 years bachelor's degree, do a 2 years of master's course, the 5 years will be equivalent to your bachelor's degree in Canada. Again, if you have less than 80% marks, which we have also discussed in video number 1, guess what? Doesn't matter. Till the time you're above 60% aggregate, right? Or we can say first division in India, you're good to go. If you are, you don't have to score that 80% which we have discussed in video number 1, which is the ideal situation. If you have more than 60% marks, you are eligible to apply for most universities. Okay, so that's the one thing which I want to make clear to all the students, because I get lots of questions like this. Sir, I have 65% score, I have like 70% score. Am I eligible? The answer is yes, you are eligible. Anything above the first division, which is 60%, you are eligible to apply to most universities. Number 2 is the IELTS. Now, IELTS is something which is mandatory for every international student to have, and a decent score above 7% is expected from most students. But guess what? English is just a language, and a score is a score. You cannot change your score. You can study for that score and get a better score. But what if you do not have time and the time is running, and the admission needs to make a decision on your profile? So in that case, say for example, out of, if you have 6.5 as an overall aggregate and not 7, are you still eligible? Guess what? Yes, you are. But here, what happens? If you have scored less in English, usually what happens, and it happened to me as well, so I'm telling you from my personal experience, they have remedial English classes in your first term, right? You need to take 2 classes, which basically varies among universities. So for Waterloo University, I had to take 2 English classes. Universities make sure that their students excel in all the capabilities which they are looking for. So if your English is not that strong, and if you're not scoring that more than 7 IELTS score, it is not the end of the world. Universities will help you with your English because in India, for most people, English is not their first language. It's not for me. My first language is Punjabi, right? So it is not the first language for me, and they understand that, and they know getting a 7 overall band is very tough. So they make sure if you're close to that 7, if you're 6 or in 6.5, and your rest of your profile is very, very strong, they will make an exception. They'll be like, we're gonna give you an admission, but the criteria is you need to clear that 2 or 3 courses in English, right? And then you can continue with your studies. So don't be disheartened if you are not scoring 7 or above 7 in IELTS. There is always a loophole in there. Okay. Research experience and research paper. That's the point 3, and the point 4. So point 3 and point 4, we are discussing it together. This is a very important point. And guess what? If you have this research experience and research publications, the point 1 and point 2, the scoring for that point 1 and point 2 can be lowered down. Important. Now, what I mean to say is, let's do a math. You are a student of a bachelors of technology or bachelors of engineering or B.Pharm. So it's B.Tech or B.Pharm. You take admission in year number 1, and then you have year number 2, you have year number 3, you have year number 4. Right? By the end of year number 4, you need to take admissions into the grad programs, right? So now, once you finish year number 1 and before you start year number 2, you have a 3-month of vacation here. Similarly, you have between year 2 and year 3, you have a 3-month of vacation here. And then year number 3 and year number 4, between those 2 years, you have a 3 months of summer vacations. Am I right? Sometimes it's 2 months, sometimes it's 2.5 months. Usually it's 3 months, right? So you have these 2 to 3 months to spare, where most people, and guess what? Even though this should be the common knowledge, but it is not, unfortunately. So we have 3 months, 3 times, right, in your 4 years, and most people just, relax and they don't do nothing. Guess what? When I was in my first year of, bachelor's in pharmacy, I have already made my mind that I need to do my further studies in Canada. I already had that in mind. So what I did, after I finished my first year, I took industrial training. Here, I took industrial training, right? Now what industrial training means, I applied to an industry. I said, I need a summer internship, right, in your company. You do not need to pay me, right? If you're paying me, good enough. If you're not, I am fine with it, but I need to learn how the industry works. I need to work in the production area. I want to work in quality assurance area, right? So this way, I got training in the industry. That way, after I completed that 2-month training period, I got a certificate stating that Sarabjit have done industrial training in this company from this time to this time. That helps your profile by saying that this person has industrial experience. After the second year, I took a research RA position, research assistant position in a university. So how this happens is, I was actually contacting few professors in Delhi itself. So I contacted a few professors in IIT and then few professors in IP University, the main campus, and then I applied to few professors in Delhi University, Department of Chemistry. And then few of them were like more than happy to take me as a student, and they'll be like, yeah, please come, join us, see, work in my lab, and then, get that experience. So out of that experience, I got 2 publications because I worked for after year 2 and after year 3. Teachers will not gonna tell you this because that's not their work to tell you what to do. if you are self-motivated, you will come to know how to, look for something which will make your profile much stronger. I am telling you because I have personally done this. People will not gonna tell you, even if you are taking any career counseling from anyone, they will not gonna tell you. Your seniors will not gonna tell. Well, some of them might tell you, but not many people gonna tell you. If I'm telling you this because I have done this and this is my personal experience and I want you to succeed in your life, so I'm sharing what you can do to make your profile strong. So research experience, research publication. Here we can also add work experience. Work experience as in your industrial training. You cannot work in an industry full time, but you can what? You can get an industrial training. So point 3 and point 4. Now, strong LOR is not in your hands. Guess what? Point number 5, strong letter of recommendation is not in your hand. Reason being because this is the person who is writing your LOR will be your professors and not you, right? You can ask them that, sir or madam, please make a strong letter of recommendation. And most people are very kind enough to write you a very strong letter of recommendation, but it's not always the case. So this is not in your hands. This is in the hands of the professors which you are asking the letter of recommendation for. So my suggestion will be, ask a professor to write you a letter of recommendation whom you know the best and they know you the best. Out of 10 professors, say for example, who are teaching you, you'll probably not gonna get along with all the 10 professors, but there will be 1 or 2 professors whom you like or whom you interact the most. So ask those professors to write you a letter of recommendation. Now, strong letter of intent. This is in your hand, right? To write a strong letter of intent, you need to know why you are applying for this graduate program or why you want to pursue a PhD, right? If the thoughts are clear in your mind that why you want to do a PhD or a master's program in any university, right? You should be clear of that. So probably I'm gonna make another video of how to write a strong letter of intent. Whatever points we have discussed till now are the big points, which I personally want you people to know. So I hope that I made these information clear enough so that you can understand. Now, many people ask, out of what we have discussed, right, the loopholes and what you can do to make a profile strong, there are other things which people ask me. What if we do not have GRE? Well, GRE is not mandatory for most of the courses, right? If you are applying for a very specific program, say for example an MBA, then yes, GRE is mandatory in that way. But in most cases, in Canada at least, GRE is not mandatory. However, in US, GRE scores both in the general category as well as subject category are important. So if you are looking to get admissions into a high ranking university in US, you need that general as well as that subject category GRE if it's available. So, like example, if you're applying for a PhD in chemistry, right? So in that case, you need a GRE score and a very good score, mind you, in general as well as the subject which is the chemistry subject. Okay. Now, many people ask, sir, I finished my bachelor's, right? And now I have taken a 2-year or a 3-year gap. Am I eligible to apply for a graduate program? The answer is yes, but there are conditions to it. The conditions we're going to discuss. The condition is, after you graduated from your program, a bachelor's program, did you work, right? Did you work? Question mark. Right? If the answer is yes, you are all good. Because with work comes the experience. Not necessarily the research experience, but experience in general I'm talking about, right? So if you work, you'll gain experience, and the more number of experience here, the more number of work you'll do, the better will be your experience here, right? Or did you do another course, for example, a 1-year course, a diploma course, or something like that, right? Did you study? If you've studied, then it will come here in point point number one, that you have gained more knowledge in a subject. So that also, puts additional points into your profile, right? But now, in some cases, students say, sir, we did not do anything. We were like just relaxing for 1 year or 2 years. In that case, what will you gonna do? In that case, it is tough for admissions committee to give you a solid answer of why they think your profile is not strong, even though you have worked here, right? But just because you have a gap year, things can be worked out, but it depends on case to case basis. I cannot generalize any case here, but definitely if you need a professional guidance from me with the help of a gap year or any of the other criteria, definitely, as we have discussed, I also give a private counseling session which is paid and it's like very reasonable. So if you want to access that, you can email me at samgujral18@gmail.com and we can discuss it further. So this is it. This is all the information which I want to tell in this video number 2. So I hope you liked it. If you do, make sure to, you know what to do. You need to subscribe to my channel. Write down in the comment section any of your doubts which you have, right? And make sure to support me on Instagram as well. My Instagram account is queen_Malika. And I thank you all for watching this video. I hope this video have helped you learn few